Good evening. I'm Pat Harvey.
I'm Rudabeh Shabazi.
Well, another day of missiles and drones crisscrossing the skies of the Middle East.
Iran widened its retaliation with hundreds of airborne assaults across 11 countries. The U.S. and Israel also intensified their attacks. And the Pentagon identifying the 5th and 6th American soldiers killed in the war. 54-year-old Chief Warrant Officer Robert Marzon of Sacramento and 45-year-old Major Jeffrey O'Brien from Iowa.
Well, that's in addition to the 4 other soldiers who were identified this week, all killed in a drone strike in Kuwait over the weekend. And CBS LA political reporter Tom Wade is following these latest developments in the conflict tonight.
Yeah, and it's so complicated and obviously very tragic, those fallen service members. So this keeps going. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth says the U.S. and Israel have unleashed a relentless bombing campaign against Iran, but Middle East experts warn that even an effective military attack will not mean a rapid fall of the Iranian government. U.S. and Israeli forces continue airstrikes across Iran, pummeling targets in Iran's densely populated cities. Military officials from the U.S. and Israel say they are carving up the country, dividing targets by region and producing what Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth today described as death and destruction from the sky all day long.
We're playing for keeps. Our warfighters have maximum authorities granted personally by the president and yours truly.
The Trump administration also said it had struck or sunk to the bottom of the ocean more than 20 Iranian naval vessels, among them this one off the coast of Sri Lanka. Video shows the moment of impact from a single torpedo launched from an American submarine, the first such sinking of an enemy ship since World War II. Meanwhile, in the skies over Iran, the IDF says an Israeli F-35 in another first took out an Iranian warplane as other Israeli jets took aim at Iranian police stations, detention centers, and other parts of its internal police state. The latest sign that the U.S. and Israel hope that what bombs can't do from above, the Iranian people will do from the ground. But experts warn dismantling the Iranian state will be no easy task.
Whether we like it or not, the Iranian government is very different than, let's say, the Iraqi government of Saddam Hussein in 2003, in that it is not necessarily built around one person, and it is not so centralized and consolidated like it was under Saddam's government, where if you take out Saddam, the institutions kind of could collapse a lot more readily. The Iranian government has sophisticated institutions. There is a lot of checks and balances in which there's overlapping jurisdictions.
Nearly 800 people in Iran have died so far in the U.S.-Israeli strikes, according to Iranian Red Crescent. Iran's leaders are defiant, launching fresh strikes on Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Qatar, including the largest U.S. base in the region there. And with tens of thousands of Americans trapped in the region, the U.S. government announced plans to evacuate U.S. nationals from multiple countries, possibly even using military C-17 cargo planes. On Capitol Hill, Senate Republicans voted down an effort Wednesday to force President Trump to seek congressional approval for further military action.
We've lost service members tragically, including one Californian. There's no doubt about this being war, and I think Republicans both don't want to own it themselves because they know this could go very badly, but at the same time, they're not willing, at least at this point, to stand up to the president.
During his Pentagon briefing, Hegseth did not give a definitive timeline for U.S. operations, saying the attacks could last weeks or longer. Hegseth also said the administration is setting the pace and tempo, so I guess we will get information day by day about how this progresses.
That's exactly what it seems like. All right, thanks so much, Tom.